This is freaking nuts. That is entirely unique to this game. I have never, ever, ever seen this effect or ability in another game. Super cool, super unique. That's amazing. The heal meta, the support meta is going down the drain with this unit. That is absolutely freaking nuts. Hey y'all, how you doing today? I know we already went over this, but they gave us even more details and there's more information in this notice too. So all the stuff that we already covered, I'm just gonna assume you already saw it and I'll skim over it, but the new stuff will break down a step at a time. So we'll take it from the top because this is a lot of information. I do not want it being a 45-minute video, especially I'm kind of busy today. So we're just going to skim over the stuff we already know about. Basically, the update hits today, February 9th. Update schedule details will be notified with a separate notice. So, whenever it updates, the update reward is given whenever you log into the game after the update. Up to February 16th, logging in can get you 200 diamonds and 50 energy. Guild battle, we already went over this. The guild leader is going to assign your defenses and they're going to place you in a spot to protect as long as your defense is set. It goes over the schedule of the guild battles here, which we already went over, but the red text is like the rules. It's basically classic Summoner's War guild battle rules. During the preparation period, you set your defense. Your guild needs at least 8 members with a set defense in order to participate in the guild battle. If at least 8 members don't have a defense, you can't play a guild battle. If you're in a guild and you get G-kicked or you quit the guild, you don't get the rewards from that guild battle, but your score if you participated in some of the battles is maintained in the guild, like scoreboard or leaderboard or whatever. And if you G-quit or leave your guild, then you can't just join another guild and participate immediately. You have to wait until, the next cycle. And on top of that, whenever the timer ends for like midnight, how the guild battle ends at midnight, if you're in the middle of a battle during that time, your battle's terminated and it doesn't count towards score or any of that. Okay, now this is a little bit new, so let's try and break it down. During the guild prep period, guild members get to place defense decks and then the guild master, etc. assign you to a battlefield. We already knew about that, but each guild member can place 24 mercenaries, 3 for each round, on 4 types of battlefields. You can place a mercenary that's already on another battlefield again, but you have to place 6 different mercenaries for the same battlefield, so you can't just have like the same team over and over. And the guild master and vice master assign mercenaries of the members who completed placing their decks on the headquarters. So the guild master and vice master gets to choose where you put your guys. If you see this dude, he's running Lakshmi on like 3 of the fields, but you can't run Lakshmi on both teams on the same field. So how straight, on the straight bridge, he has a Lakshmi team. Melee, he has a Lakshmi team. Normal, he has a Lakshmi team, but you can't have Lakshmi on both teams of the same field. So we see there's 4 fields, you have 2 teams each, so that's just 24 units that you get to put down to help defend. And if you have a really, really good defense, for this straight, if the guild master wanted to put this dude's Lakshmi team on that straight bridge, then he's the one protecting the straight bridge, etc. At the start of the battlefields where no mercenaries are placed for defense, start in a destroyed state, so you don't have to fill every single battlefield in order to start the guild battle, but if you fail to fill up a slot, then that area is just destroyed right off the bat. The information of the mercenary placed in defense, such as equipped equipment and growth, will be applied with the information at the time of the defense placement. So you can put on some equips, put them in your defense, and then once they're in your defense, it saves those stats so you can change your equipment without having to worry about having an unequipped unit for that defense slot. Guild battle procedure. Getting on the details about how we're going to do it. Each guild has 4 bases, 1 headquarters. You can attack the opponent's headquarters after occupying 2 bases. Each guild member assigned for guild battle have 3 attack chances per guild battle and get guild contribution and battle result rewards according to the loot score from each attack. At the end of the guild battle, the leader with the higher loot score claims victory. If the result is a draw, both guilds are counted as a loss. So here we see somebody holding defense on base B, the melee one, and they have 3 dudes there, still defending it. Whenever you defeat these dudes, that remaining defense will decrease, and once it's fully decreased and you've completely occupied the base and wiped out everybody in it, you get to occupy it. After occupying 2 bases, you get to attack the headquarters. The more score you have for dealing damage to bases, damage to headquarters, etc., whoever has the highest score wins. When a guild member is expelled or leaves the guild during a guild battle, the deck and assignment of the guild member stays on the field, but it's deleted for the next preparation period. Okay, so backing up a little bit, if a guild member gets expelled or leaves a guild, the defense deck and assignment information of the guild member will be deleted. So their decks are deleted and guildmaster can't swap them around, and the assignment information is deleted, but their team still stays on the battlefield for the rest of that fight. Okay, now this is just piggybacking off of some of the Skylanders rules. Basically, You can't just attack the same dude over and over. Once you attack that guy once, that's the end of it. As long as you're assigned to the field at the start, you get 3 chances, but if you guild quit or get kicked, your chances move to 0, so you can't join another guild and continue attacking. And when you're attacking, you have to place 3 different mercenaries in the first and second rounds, which we already figured that out. Guild battle reward. You earn battle points as a battle result reward, depending on the battle result and the guild battle grade of your guild. The battle reward is given instantly after the battle ends, so I think what this is talking about is like counting towards your score, you know, depending on what your grade is. If you get a win, draw, or loss, that's how many points you contribute towards your guild's total score. Weekly ranking reward. Now, guild battle rankings are tallied based on guild victory points at 12 a.m. on a Sunday. Weekly ranking rewards are given to the guild according to the rank percentage. Weekly ranking rewards for guild battle will be sent to the inbox after the ranking is settled. So after guild award is all said and done and everyone got their placement, depending on what position you were in, you are looking at some of these sweet prizes. Every guild that participates gets 50 diamonds, and then, you know, the rewards get better and better as you go on. You want to be in the top 10%, and you get exclusive equipment draw tickets. Now, that's pretty big. You want to be within the top 3, because 2 exclusive equipment draw tickets is really the full ticket here. That's the gold mine. New mercenary prints. Now, I like the design. The design is actually pretty cool. Not going to lie. They remind me of somebody. Can't quite say who. Maybe of Jinx, that Jinx skin, but if her hair was cut. I honestly don't know. Pretty cool. I like it. New union. So they're going to be a union ranger, exclusive equipment name. You know, the name doesn't tell me anything. Adds 2 more times heal reverse when using biological potion. I'm guessing they're going to tell us the skills after they tell us what the added effects are. They're a key mercenary for blocks, so you're going to level up their abilities with block badges. They're added to the crit damage up collection effect, so more damage overall for all of our units. And there's going to be a banner. And like always with banners, if you pull her on the banner, then you get the exclusive equipment. And you can't get them any other way except for the banner. You can't like use diamonds to get them or use neostones or whatever until the banner's over. Supposedly, according to this. People have reported to me that they've gotten them with neostones, but you know, that's never happened to me, so I don't know. Now this is her skills. Skill effects. Absorption potion. Inflicts damage to the enemy by 70% of the attack 2 times. Recovers HP by 30% of the damage dealt. So that's 140% multiplier right off the bat. That's not bad at all. And whenever you have her SSR, it increases the HP absorption up to 80%. So that's pretty sick, not gonna lie. That's nice. Reactive potion. Inflicts damage to the enemies by 78% of the attack. Enemies, I'm assuming it's an AoE of the attack. Inflicts bonus damage by 20% per beneficial effect granted on the enemy up to 100%. Okay, so for everyone like using damage share, Lakshmi stuff, all the super support, super, you know, all the buffs, attack buff, you know, defense buff, this is going to help mitigate that strategy by supplying a counter. It's going to do more damage for every single buff on the enemy. But the initial multiplier of 78% is garbage, so hopefully we can increase that a little bit before, you know, you end up having to have freaking 3 buffs on them just to get it up to 140%. That's not that good. Biological potion. Inflicts damage to the enemies, I'm assuming it's an AoE, by 72% of the attack and grants heal reverse for 2 turns with a 50% chance. Heal reverse ignores the target's recovery effect once and converts 50% to damage? Yo, when you skill that up, it increases the damage to 120%? This is freaking nuts. That is entirely unique to this game. I have never, ever seen this effect or ability in another game. Super cool. Super unique. That's amazing. The heal meta, the support meta is going down the drain with this unit. That is absolutely freaking nuts. So if someone uses, you know, their Lakshmi for an AoE heal, Popo for an AoE heal, Bannon for an AoE heal, it essentially turns into that healer attacking their own team instead of healing them. That's really cool. Definitely getting this unit. Shelter Rage skill creates an area where HP does not fall below 10% for 2 turns around you. When the effect diminishes, recovers HP of all allies in the range by 12% of Prince's total HP. Increases the sustained HP by 20% when it's promoted. This is like Kindred's ultimate on League of Legends. She's going to put down a little arena where no one can die in it. Assuming exactly what this text says, and just caveating off how it works in League of Legends, because the text could be wrong. We've seen that before with Comtuous games. But what this is implying is that no one dies inside the circle until the circle goes away. And then whenever the circle goes away, the allies in the range get a heal. That being said, if it does work that way, that is a very skill-intensive ability. You can entirely screw yourself over with that one. If you use it and then you're unable to kill your enemy, you're gonna have to be careful. I have a big feeling that a lot of people are going to tank her reviews and be like, Oh my god, she sucks so bad. You can't even kill the enemies under her shelter. What kind of bullshit? I have a feeling that that's what it's going to be like. Erosion, skill effect. All attacks inflict the bonus damage by 3% of the enemy's HP. Bonus damage can't exceed Prince's attack. So just like all the damage you do with her gets an extra 3% of the enemy's HP. All right, that's a really small amount. That's like minuscule. Might as well ignore it. Arena improvement, defense test added, we already talked about that. Attack deck, we already talked about that. Defender attack method change. This one's big. Defender's attack cycle changes according to the number of turns that have passed. Now this is that little machine gun that you have on your defense. It's really underwhelming, so they're buffing it. Right now, 1 to every 40 turns. It'll attack on the 40th turn. After that, it'll attack every 20. After that, every 10. After that, every 5. After that, every 2. So if you're stuck in a stalemate where it's just like a bunch of tanks and healers versus a bunch of tanks and healers, the defense is going to be at a pretty big advantage now, and you're going to have more incentive to buff up that defender. But then again, our unit here is countering that meta altogether. So the super tank, super support meta is gone. That is no longer a thing. With our defender attack, with this new unit, we're absolutely going to be able to shut down every single heavy support formation ever. They're no longer viable. Shop rank season, so like the little rank thing for the more diamonds you spend, you get a skin and all that stuff. This one's Hanacruel, however you say it. Nunu, Wonderland Nunu. I actually wonder what that's going to look like. It's going to be pretty cool, I bet. Shop rank improvements. Mercenary skins are available. Shop rank rewards can now be purchased with SR tokens 2 months after the season ends. Oh, okay, so like the Marissa one, the ones that like you didn't end up getting in the... See, this is the thing. What's the point in even having it? You know, if the game is really popular 10 years from now, not saying it will be, but if it is, and like you see somebody with this Marissa skin with the hat, you would be like, oh, that's freaking wild. This dude played at the very beginning of the game. I should show this person some respect in game for like all of their achievements in game and having played that long. But now any Joe Schmo can just waltz along and get it with SR tokens. What's the point? Moving on, new packages. All right, all these are going to be garbage. The only packages that I would say matter would be the ones with, you know, exclusive equipment draw tickets. But now we have a new way to get exclusive equipments, so let's just go ahead and see if any of them are worth it. I'll let you know. Doesn't look like it. 1,500 diamonds, easy to get weekly. 5 million gold, easy to get weekly. Exclusive equipment, now it's easy to get weekly. This is the one. This is the one that's worth it. Guild Battle Special Pack 6. 9,000 diamonds. SSR, whatever. SSR stuff we get. Legendary exclusive equipment box times 10. Legendary exclusive equipment draw ticket times 2. This is the one. This is the pack you should buy. I'm assuming it'll be $100, but if you're going to buy a pack, that's the one you should buy. Now they improved it to where whenever you buy Trevor or Evelyn, you get their legendary exclusive equipment. These are the buffs. They were talking about buffing these units, but now they have like details. So let's go ahead and see. Darcia's first skill is now getting a bleed. A 2-turn bleed is being added to that. Second skill does additional damage to bleeding enemies. It's being buffed by 10% up to 30%. The HP absorption of her second skill is also being increased up to 100%, so that's nice too. I don't know about this one. Changes SSR skill trait of Bloody Blade. Skill effect changed to increasing your defense for 2 turns with a 100% chance to filling up your rage bar by 20. Is that okay? I mean, it's buffing her rage skill, it's nerfing the skill. Whatever. I don't know. That's weird. This is freaking wild. Darcia's SSR skill card. What the Before, it increased your total HP by 15% of the recovered HP from draining life. Now, it just straight up recovers your HP by 30% every time an enemy is inflicted with bleed damage. So every time the enemy bleeds, she recovers 30% of her HP. And all allies do extra damage to bleeding. What? This is freaking... That's really good. That's super duper good. She's entirely viable now. We have to revisit our tier list soon. Her legendary exclusive changes from just resistance down to the plague zone to giving an attack up buff in the zone 2. That's another AoE attack buff. That being said, it's on her rage skill. So it's not like you could just start the match with an attack up, but that's still cool. That's still cool. Madeline was already on the rise. Let's see how she gets buffed. Second skill, instead of being a knockback, is going to pull them towards you. That's good. You know, that's her whole purpose, pretty much, is pulling people towards you. SSR card, as is, increased defense by 20% when you're under protection. Increases the defense of all allies by 20% when you're under protection. That's pretty cool. So more sustainability for your entire team. And her legendary exclusive makes it less of her being super duper tank just on her own to making all your allies within the range getting super armor instead of just her. So instead of her getting super armor for 2 turns, now your entire team gets super armor, but she loses the effect that gains protection up to 10% of her total HP. So it's just more, benefits. She's more of a team player now instead of just like, I am super tank, you will never kill me. Now she's like, hey, you're not going to kill my teammates as fast either. Other improvements, new title screen, they're getting rid of the Christmas thing finally. No limit to goodwill battles anymore, so you can test with your friends. And hero challenge, if there's a tie, whoever got the score first is now the higher score, the better player. If you end a turn without using a skill, the in-turn text will now be exposed. What? Okay, so it added text. Portrait items now have the word portrait. Adjusted visual effects and delays so that it's easier to recognize when it's your turn in a battle. Okay, so new visual effects, fixed bugs. A bunch of Nima stuff, Nima new units always have bugs. I'm sure there'll be bugs with prints that they have to fix, but they fix these bugs, so that's good. And that's pretty much it, y'all. I hope you're ready, because I'm coming for you in the Guild Wars. We're gonna have to work on this print. She is gonna be a good one. Yep. Woo! Are you excited? I'm excited. This looks like fun. Alright, y'all. Well, that's going to do it for me. If you want, you could join my Discord. We have new players and veteran players in there alike that like to help each other out. Drop a meme, we just have fun. But other than that, y'all, that's going to do it for me today, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.